It was just another ordinary day on the set of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. The crew was busy preparing for another filming session, setting up cameras and organizing the usual behind-the-scenes tasks. No one could have known that a dramatic moment was about to unfold, one that would change everything. A truth so powerful, so unexpected that it would leave everyone stunned. In the world of reality television, where drama and secrets are a constant part of the show, something like this was completely unforeseen. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta had already gained a reputation for revealing personal struggles, family feuds, and complicated relationships. But what was about to come out would be more shocking than anyone could have guessed. Lil Scrappy, a beloved rapper and reality TV star, had long been a key figure on the show. Known for his larger-than-life personality, he had battled through numerous challenges, including overcoming a rough past with the streets and navigating the complexities of the music industry. As a regular cast member, fans had watched him evolve over the years, hoping to see him grow, mature, and find redemption. He became a fan favorite not only for his talent, but also for his honesty in dealing with personal demons and his struggles to repair relationships, especially with his family. But as the cameras rolled and the crew prepared for another filming day, something darker was lurking just beneath the surface of Scrappy's public persona. What no one knew, not even his closest associates, was that there was a secret that had been buried for years, something that was about to be revealed. One person who had always stayed in the background, working tirelessly to support Scrappy, was his assistant. She had been with him for many years, faithfully taking care of his needs, handling his business, and managing his personal life. To most people, she was an unseen, behind-the-scenes figure, doing everything necessary to keep Scrappy's world running smoothly. Her name was rarely mentioned on the show, and she had always preferred it that way, staying out of the spotlight. But on this particular day, something changed. She stood off to the side, not preparing for the usual filming activities, but instead, seemingly struggling with a heavy burden that she could no longer carry. Her hands were trembling, and her anxiety was palpable. As the crew went about their usual business, she quietly stepped forward, catching the attention of everyone around her. "I've never said this before," she began, her voice shaky but determined. "But it's time for the truth to come out." The room fell silent. The usual hum of activity on set vanished, and all eyes were on her. She had made the decision to speak up, and there was no turning back now. Her voice was soft but resolute as she continued. "I've kept this to myself for a long time," she said, pausing to steady herself, clearly struggling with the weight of what she was about to reveal. "But I can't hide it anymore. It's time for people to know what happened." The crew exchanged uncertain glances, sensing the gravity of the situation. Some had seen Scrappy's temper flaring on the show during heated arguments, but no one had ever guessed that something so serious was being hidden beneath the surface. Her words were not just about drama for the cameras. This was real, raw emotion, and everyone could feel it. The assistant took a deep breath. Then, with quiet intensity, she delivered the words that would forever alter the course of the show. "There was a time when Scrappy physically hurt me when he was drunk. He lost control, and it wasn't just once. It happened more than once." The room went cold. The shock was palpable, and for a few moments, no one moved or spoke. Her confession hung in the air like a heavy weight. It was a revelation no one expected. This wasn't the Scrappy they had all come to know and love on TV. This was a side of him they never imagined existed. Her eyes welled up with tears, but she held herself together, refusing to break down in front of everyone. She wasn't speaking out to seek sympathy or attention. She wasn't trying to ruin Scrappy's career or reputation. She was simply telling her story, a story she had kept hidden for too long. "I didn't want to speak out," she continued, her voice breaking with emotion. "I didn't want to hurt him, but it wasn't right. No one should have to suffer like that, especially not in the name of loyalty." The assistant's vulnerability left the crew in shock. Some members had seen Scrappy lose his temper on the show, but this was something entirely different. The accusations were serious, personal, and painful. The man they had seen on TV, someone who had battled through so much, was now facing the harsh truth of his own actions. She went on to describe the painful incidents that had occurred. She spoke of nights when Scrappy would come home after drinking, his temper already on edge. She explained how, in those moments, everything would spiral out of control. The man she once trusted and considered family would become a completely different person, lost in a haze of alcohol and anger. There were nights when he didn't know his own strength, she said. He didn't mean to hurt me. I know that. But when he was drunk, it was like he couldn't control himself. It wasn't just words, it was actions, and it hurt. As she spoke, the cast members began to absorb the weight of her words. Some of them had witnessed Scrappy's outbursts on the show, but this was far more than anything that had been shown on camera. The assistants' raw honesty and courage were both heartbreaking and powerful. In the days that followed, Scrappy's absence from the set became noticeable. The filming continued, but there was an undeniable tension that everyone could feel. People began wondering how Scrappy would respond to the allegations. Would he admit to his mistakes? Would he try to defend himself or deny everything? The fallout from the assistant's revelation was intense. Some fans praised her for her bravery in speaking out, while others questioned her motives. Was she truly trying to help others who were suffering in silence? Or was this simply a calculated move to gain attention? No matter what anyone thought about the timing of her confession, one thing was clear: the impact of her words was undeniable. Abuse in any form could not be ignored. It was a topic too serious to be swept under the rug, no matter the circumstances. As the story spread, Scrappy's reputation, once built on his music career and larger-than-life persona, was suddenly called into question. The man who had once been a fan favorite, known for his charm and vulnerability, now faced the harsh truth of the allegations. His past mistakes, fueled by alcohol and anger, had left scars not only on the assistant but on others in his life as well. Scrappy eventually addressed the situation in a private conversation with his friends and family. In a moment of emotional honesty, he admitted to his past mistakes and expressed regret for the pain he had caused. He acknowledged the damage he had done, not just to the assistant, but to everyone he had hurt over the years. His apology was met with mixed reactions. For some, it was a step in the right direction. It showed that Scrappy was willing to take responsibility for his actions. For others, words alone weren't enough. The damage had been done, and no apology could erase the hurt he had caused. For the assistant, speaking her truth brought a sense of relief. No longer burdened by the secret she had kept for so long, she began to heal. Her courage gave her strength, and she hoped that her story would inspire others who were suffering in silence to find their voice. The aftermath of the revelation continued to ripple through the cast and crew. The show, which had always been about drama, now had to confront real, painful issues that went beyond entertainment. Scrappy's journey toward redemption would not be easy, and whether he could rebuild his career and relationships remained uncertain. The final scene of the episode showed the assistant's face, her eyes reflecting the weight of everything she had been through. For her, the journey toward healing had just begun. For Scrappy, the road ahead was long and filled with uncertainty. And for viewers, the drama of love and hip-hop Atlanta had taken on a new, raw level of intensity, one that blurred the lines between reality TV and real life. It was a moment that would stay with them long after the credits rolled.